What's going on? This is Mr. 414. All right. Just finished setting up my 2003 GMC Envoy for a CB antenna setup. It's a very basic setup. I think this is actually a very great setup for those of you that do not want to put any holes in your cars, especially for people that are leasing or financing trucks or any kind of cars for that matter and don't want to damage their vehicle. It's great, and if you change your mind later on the road, you could just take off this whole setup and never have to worry about having a hole in your car. So give me about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it's done. All right, so we're back here. All right, as you guys can see, this is an 03 Envoy. Nothing crazy. I didn't have any special setups, any special tune-ups to the car. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is the antenna. All right, I know a lot of people question about what you guys use. What do you guys recommend? The Wilson 2000 is probably a great place to start. It's not a lot of money. You guys can get this online. It's a very decent antenna. You're gonna get great reception, especially with the right setup. Now, as we go down to the second part, we have the shaft. All right, and with the shaft, it's connected to a magnet base. So I did not drill any holes in it. It's a magnet base. It's great. It's fantastic. All right, the wires go into the car, which I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly how it's set up. But very important, very, very important, before I go ahead and show you how it's done, I wanna get you guys underneath the hood and show you how I got this whole setup done. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and go underneath the hood. There's a few things that I did do in this setup, which are actually really cool. We went ahead and connected it directly to a fuse box. All right, so this is actually my fuse box over here. We connected a fuse in between, all right, just for the simple reason that we don't want it to burn out the radio. We don't want it to burn the fuse box, anything like that. So we set up a fuse right here. So if anything does go wrong, it's a 10 amp fuse, right? As you can see, guys, right? It's a nice 10 amp fuse. You just pop it out, switch the fuse out. It's great, it's safe, and it's fantastic. All right, now behind here, as you guys could see, all right, I had to solder some wires just because I needed the extra length. And then I went right through here. Through here, you can see I have a couple of wires. I had a subwoofer in the back, which I took out just because I don't want it anymore, and we went for a different setup. Now I do have a couple of other things over here. All right, I have a PA system set up right here, which I have running in through the passenger side. I'll show you guys that in a much later video. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go inside the vehicle. I'm gonna show you guys exactly where it's connected. All right, so as we go in, all right, we're gonna go underneath here. Right, and that hole that you guys saw in the front is this one right here. All right, where is it? It's actually somewhere up there. All right, can't get the phone up there because it's just a little bit tight. But brought the power wire. All right, so it comes out underneath there. It's not in my way. It's not in the driver's way, and it comes up the side. All right, what I did is I went ahead and I pushed it in through here, brought it down, and brought it all the way around here. Now you'll see this wire. This is actually the antenna wire, which if you see from over here, right? So once, as I said, I brought it in through the window. All right, you're gonna notice that there are some crimps in the wire. Does not affect the signal. I know a lot of people go, oh, but you could damage the wire, you could damage the wire, you could damage the wire. I understand that, and if you don't want to go that route, there is an alternative setup, which I'm going to show you guys on the next video that I do. So there's going to be two types of setup I'll show you guys, which I think are great. This is one of them. It's very simple, it's very easy, and you could just use one wire. You don't have to use any extensions. So when you bring the antenna in, you want to just pull this part out. It pulls out rather easy. Run it behind there. All right, bring it around in, and then using your keys or whatever, you can just push this in. Mine is hanging, but it's still tight. So even though it's tight, it's actually good. And then I use my keys to press it behind. All right, so what'll happen is it'll go down this way, come around in here, as you guys can see. So power wires coming in from the bottom, antennas coming in from the top. They meet right here at this focal point, and it goes around, goes all the way around to my setup. Now, if you're wondering what kind of setup I have, this is my favorite part. I actually have a Cobra 148. All right, this has obviously been peaked, tuned, and done everything to. We don't want too much noise in the background. Pop. Fantastic. So, few things. As you can tell, I'm on channel 1. I want to show you guys exactly where the wires are running, just so that way you have a general idea. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and do a radio check. So as you can see, you don't really see the wires. You can see them over here. Once I tuck those in, you'll get neater. Use a couple of zip ties just to organize the wires. You don't see those, they don't affect you, and it's quick and easy disconnect. All right, now the beautiful thing about the Cobras is that you have the option to just change them out, swap them out, because they're using, generally for the most part, a very basic setup. So let's go ahead and test this radio. I have a special helper that's on the other side, and let's see if the home base responds. All right, home base, this is 414 requesting a radio check.
414, this is home base, you're good.
Thank you, home base. So radio's good.
No problem.
As you can tell over here, let's see if we can get the focus. All right, right there. So as you guys can see, I'm kicking it all the way up. This is really powerful, really powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go because I really don't want to max it out. So let's let it go. All right, so let's just see who's on the air. This is your knobs. I have an indicator here for the voice lock, just to make sure that it's good. All right, squelch. You have your mic gain. All right, make sure everything is good. Got a lot of noise going on today, a lot of chatter. Generally, you want to go straight to 19. 19 is where everybody's usually at. If not, you just scan through again. $414 over the air, requesting a radio check. 136, you on the air? Alright, so it looks like 136 Whitestone is not around. Trying to see if I could find anybody. So I was unable to actually get a response, just because these guys that are keying, they're actually keying from a home base, which is a lot more powerful than what I have. A lot of these guys are running serious game. So the last and final thing I do want to show you guys with this setup, which is really amazing. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it there. So over here you can see I have a PA switch. Pop. We're going to turn down the radio. Right? We're going to turn it down a little bit. I want to turn down my mic gain just because it's really strong. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a mic check. Alright. I want to let these cars pass by just because I don't want to grab attention to myself. And
speaker check, speaker check, speaker check, speaker check, 1 2 1 2, speaker check, 1 2.
Right. As you can see, that could actually go a little bit louder.
Test 2, speaker check, test 2.
And it actually gets a lot louder once I have the doors closed and not so much interference coming in. And that's really pretty much the setup. It's a very basic setup. There's not a lot of much connections. Crimpings, you know, are pretty much done just for the power wire. Other than that, it's a very, very, very basic setup. This is really where all the hard work goes into. All right, it's making sure you're getting the right ampage, you're connecting it to the right area. I know many of you may ask, sorry, what it's connected to. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this. All right, and boom, that's exactly what I have it connected to. Very basic, very easy. You know, one thing my mother always taught me was KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, all right? And I don't think there's any better advice that I can give anybody out there. Other than to just keep it simple, keep it going. And I'll catch you guys on the 19. All right, have a good one. 414, over and out.